Doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance. What? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison, so that's a death sentence for him.
Let's face it, YouTube is flooded with the same tired videos, the same overplayed drama, the same recycled takes. But here, we don't follow the pack. We're not here to give you what everyone else is saying. No, we're here to take you behind the headlines, to dig deeper and show you a side of the story no one else dares to touch. Imagine waking up, scrolling through your usual morning headlines, and stumbling upon a scandal so massive that it could change everything you thought you knew about the healthcare system. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what happened when Sonny Hostin's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hosten, was thrust into the center of a medical fraud scandal. This is a story no one else is telling you. The depths of the fraud, the legal battles, and the mysterious silence of Sonny Hostin. It's all connected, and trust me, what you're about to hear will blow your mind. We all know the RICO Act, right? It's the thing that's used to take down mobsters, criminals, and organized crime. But here's where it gets interesting. RICO isn't just for the mafia anymore. This time, it's for doctors, hospitals, and an entire medical system that's been manipulated for profit. It's a game of greed where the lines between healthcare and crime blur in ways we never thought possible.
The lawsuit alleges that these kickbacks were disguised as dividends or cash distributions, funneling dirty money into the pockets of those involved. And the company, on the losing end, American Transit Insurance, which claims...
This isn't about a couple of bad apples in the healthcare system. This is about an entire network of doctors, surgeons, and insurance companies involved in one of the most elaborate fraud schemes you can imagine. Dr. Emmanuel Hosten, a respected orthopedic surgeon, has been accused of taking part in this criminal network, which allegedly used kickbacks and unnecessary surgeries to scam millions from insurance companies. This is not just about one man. It's about an entire system that's been exploited for years. What if I told you that the people you trust to take care of you are exactly the ones manipulating the system for their own financial gain? That's what's at the heart of this scandal, and no one else is telling you the full story. This isn't just a case of a few greedy individuals, it's a deep-rooted systemic issue that's infecting the very fabric of the healthcare industry. Let's take a moment to break this down. You trust your doctor, right? You put your health in their hands, believing they have your best interests at heart. But what if that's all been a lie? It's hard to accept, but the truth is that many of these doctors are more interested in their bank accounts than your well-being.
Dr. Emmanuel Hosten, an orthopedic surgeon, is accused of scamming insurance companies that serve hardworking folks like taxi drivers, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers by performing unnecessary surgeries and providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for kickbacks.
Dr. Hosten has been accused of performing unnecessary surgeries, specifically arthroscopic procedures, not because his patients needed them, but because they paid him, through insurance companies, to carry out these surgeries. What's worse, the insurance companies have been left to cover the costs, making this scheme even more profitable for those involved. Imagine going into surgery for something you think is life-threatening, only to find out later that the surgery wasn't even necessary. Not because your doctor didn't know better, but because they were paid to do it. In fact, some doctors have been incentivized to push unnecessary surgeries just to rack up more procedures and more money. It's not just about one bad surgery here or there. This is a systematic issue. Doctors have been performing unnecessary surgeries to line their pockets, while insurance companies foot the bill. And guess what? The insurance companies are just as guilty. It's a game where the patients are the pawns, a game that involves millions of dollars, and your health might just be the cost. Of course, Dr. Emmanuel Hosten isn't sitting back and taking these accusations lightly. His lawyer is ready to fight, claiming that this entire lawsuit is a desperate move by Attic Insurance to cover up their own financial troubles. But here's where it gets even more twisted. There's more to this case than meets the eye. Instead of defending the case on its merits, Dr. Hosten's lawyer is doing everything in his power to turn the tables. He's not just protecting his client, he's going after the insurance company itself. By questioning the legitimacy of the claims, he's turning the spotlight onto Attic and their own internal failures. But is that enough to clear Hosten's name? This isn't just about clearing up one person's reputation, it's about exposing a system so corrupt that it might take down everyone involved, whether they're doctors or billion-dollar insurance corporations. It's a legal battle with huge stakes for both sides, and the outcome will have a far-reaching impact on both industries. Now, let's talk about Sonny Hosten. She's known for her outspoken nature on The View, but when it comes to her husband's legal troubles, she's been conspicuously silent.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for the View host, Sonny Hostin, has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. These women. Tell me why her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud.
Why the silence? She's faced controversy before and hasn't shied away from addressing it, so why now? We've seen Sonny tackle controversy head-on before, so why has she gone quiet on this? Could it be that she's protecting her own reputation, or is she simply waiting for the legal storm to pass? Whatever the reason, her silence speaks volumes. This is a woman who's built her career on being vocal, so why is she holding back now? It's also important to note how much her silence raises questions. Is she trying to protect herself from public backlash, or does she know more than we do? Some even speculate that she may be distancing herself from the entire situation in an effort to protect her career and the image she's worked so hard to build. The longer she stays quiet, the bigger the mystery becomes. Is this just a private matter, or is there something bigger at play? Whatever the truth is, this silence isn't helping anyone. In fact, the more she avoids the issue, the more it adds to the speculation and uncertainty surrounding the entire situation. Think this scandal is about one doctor? Think again. Dr. Hostin is just one player in a much larger conspiracy involving 180 defendants, and the list keeps growing. Surgeons, medical practices, and even entire hospitals are implicated. This is a huge conspiracy that could have ramifications far beyond what we're seeing on the surface. This isn't just a case of a few rogue doctors. This is a massive network spanning across the healthcare industry, and the question remains, how did this go unnoticed for so long? The deeper you dig, the worse it gets. It's a web of corruption so vast that it's almost impossible to track all the players involved. The fact that Dr. Hostin is part of this web of corruption means this case could bring down an entire industry. The question is, who's next? What happens when the spotlight turns to all the other players involved in this conspiracy? And with the way this case is growing, could this expose even more scandals hiding in plain sight? When you look at the bigger picture, this scandal is bigger than any one person. It's about the entire healthcare system, and it raises an uncomfortable question. Can we trust the people who are supposed to be taking care of us? If doctors are willing to betray their patients, what else are they capable of? If this fraud is allowed to continue, what does it say about the future of healthcare in this country? If doctors are willing to betray their patients for financial gain, what else are they willing to do?
So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks. Here's a clip I want you guys to see of Sonny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
The healthcare system is supposed to be a sanctuary where people go to get better, not a place where profit drives every decision. Patients deserve better than this. And the real scandal is how deep the corruption runs. This isn't just about the money, it's about your health, your trust, and whether it's been exploited for years without you even knowing. The truth is far darker than any of us could have imagined. And let's not forget about the insurance company at the center of it all, RICO. They're accusing Dr. Hostin of fraud, but how much of their own dirty laundry is being swept under the rug? While they're pointing fingers, there's no telling what skeletons they might have in their own closet. This isn't just about one doctor or one lawsuit. RICO is involved in a much larger game, trying to recover from their own financial problems. Could this lawsuit be a smokescreen? Or is it a genuine effort to expose fraud? Either way, RICO is playing a dangerous game, and everyone is left wondering, how far will they go to protect their interests? This battle isn't over, and the truth is still being uncovered. Both sides have so much to lose, and as the case continues to unfold, more layers of corruption will be revealed. What happens when both parties finally come face to face with the full extent of their actions? As the case continues to unfold, Sonny Hostin remains absent from the conversation.
Play the clip, Rob.
Wait, hold on. Let Sonny get in here.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband,
Is this a strategic move to protect her career, or is it something more personal? Fans are desperate for answers, but her silence only raises more questions. Why hasn't Sonny spoken up? Is it because she's waiting for the legal details to play out? Or is she distancing herself from something that could cost her everything? There's a lot at stake here, not just for Dr. Hostin, but for Sunny as well. And the longer she stays silent, the more people will wonder why. Whatever the reason, Sunny's silence is only making the story more intriguing, and the public is starting to take notice. Her absence from the conversation only adds fuel to the fire, as fans and the media continue to speculate on what's going on behind closed doors. This story isn't over yet. In fact, it's just getting started. The courtroom drama will likely continue to unfold, but one thing is certain. Both sides are ready for battle. Every move made in the courtroom could change the direction of the case, and the consequences will be felt far beyond this one lawsuit. As the case goes to court, both Dr. Hostin and Attic will do whatever it takes to win. This isn't just about the truth anymore, it's about who can come out on top, no matter the cost. The courtrooms will be full of lawyers battling for their clients' futures, and there's no telling who will come out victorious. Whatever happens next, it's clear that this case will have far-reaching implications that will affect the future of healthcare, insurance, and public trust. With each new development, the stakes grow higher, and the truth becomes even harder to separate from the chaos. This is one scandal that's far from over. As the details continue to come to light, more questions will arise, and with every revelation, the stakes grow higher. The legal battle has just begun, and the truth is still waiting to be uncovered. The twists and turns of this case will keep you on the edge of your seat. Will Dr. Hostin be cleared of all charges, or will the system he's a part of collapse under the weight of its own corruption? We're not done yet, and neither are they. Drop your thoughts below. What do you think about this whole scandal? And don't forget to subscribe, because the next chapter in this saga is going to be even bigger.